Hey, good afternoon. My name's Bill. This is Pirate Solutions Forestry, and I'm going to do a little test today. I've got a fairly decent sized order to mill before I go to Ontario. Actually, I have two, but one big one. One I have to chainsaw mill, then this one is floorboards for a local house, all out of pitch pine. And I want to get started on it. I have basically a week to knock it out. I leave next Wednesday to go to Ontario to Norwood. Can't wait to go. But anyway, I've been hemming and hawing about whether I'm going to charge by the hour or by the board foot. So what we're going to do is I've got one of the first of his logs up here. I've got one on deck over here. I'll kind of show you. So I have one pitch pine sitting there, and one pitch pine on the mill, and of course Danny out there. And I've got, I don't know if you can see that big pile, but that ain't it. It's behind that pile is a whole other pile of pitch pine. And then my log guy dropped me off some more from his house. They're sitting up there. And we have to mill them into floorboards. And he doesn't mind if they're different widths. We're just going to mill it all at 1 inch. So what I want to do today is I just threw a brand new stellite band on. And we're going to see how fast we can mill this log. And then I will count up the board feet and we'll see how it works out, because I don't want to rake the guy, and I know that this job has a potential of going 1 billion hours. So I'm trying to make a decision whether I'm going to charge him by the board fit or by the hour. Now, typically I charge by the hour when I'm milling customers' logs. In this case, he's kind of a local guy. He's kind of a friend. He's a friend of my tree guy. Good dude, and I don't want to rake him over the coals, so because some of his logs really aren't that good. So what we're going to do is we're going to see how fast we can knock out this pitch pine log into 1 inch thick boards. What we're going to do is we're going to blow it into a cant first. We're going to square it off into a cant. We will try to make it some sort of dimensional size. In other words, one good thing, if a customer ever asks you for varying thickness widths, try to keep them to a number. So 1 by 10s, 1 by 8s, 1 by 6s. It's just going to make it easier for them when they go to put them in to be able to match them up. Now, whether he's going to edge them off or not, I don't know. But I want to keep them to somewhat of a standardized size for width. So I will try to make the cant in whatever dimension I decide, some sort of rational number rather than just making it 10 1/4 or whatever. But I'm going to set my lumber scale. I'll take you over here. I'm going to set my lumber scale to 1 inch now, because I'm going to want to cut all the way down to the deck. So the way that we do that is we pick a dimension that's on 1 inch scale. So that would be 1 inch, 2 1/8, 3 1/4, 4 3/8. So let's just go to 4 3/8. So I'll show you this in a second. And I'm already on 1 inch scale, it looks like. Oh, fuck, I went too far. I'll show you this close up in a second. I think I actually might have been on 1 inch scale there. This is a magnetic scale. So I'll show you what I did there. I set my outside scale to 4 3/8, which I know is on 1 inch scale. So that would be 3 1/4, 2 1/8, and then 1 inch. So you're accounting for 1/8 inch kerfs. And then I set up my red scale right there, which is a 4/4 scale, with the top of the black line lined up at my red line, and I line up these top of that line with my line. So now I'm on scale once I end up with a cant, if that makes sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to get you guys placed. I can't think of anything else I need to do here. I do have that end propped up an inch to kind of center the pith. Although I don't think it's going to make a big difference. I do have the small end down this end, just worked out the way it was. I don't really care. What we're going to do is I think our first cut's going to be at 15 inches, and I'm going to try to mow through this as fast as I can. So you will kind of get to see, I'm going to back up a little bit like this. You'll kind of get to see, I'll talk my way through it as I go, but this might just be a non-stop video here, just trying to mow through this as fast as I possibly can. So we're going to pour some water to it to get our mill started. I believe I got plenty of fuel. I know my top cut's going to be around 15. We'll just go right up there right now. Let's see if we don't have enough room on the adjustable guide. Now we do. Make sure we get some water flowing. And I am running a new stellite band, so we're going to see how that stellite band goes. High pressure, high speed. So we're really going to try to mow through this. So hopefully we don't run into any problems, and let's go ahead and kick it in the nuts. I'm going to drop down 1 inch to 13 7/8 and take one more cut. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. Not sure if I can get a board out of that or not, but I'm set up so I can if I can. And I'm actually going to throw that 1 inch board, the next one I take off, up on my sawhorses. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, what the hell just happened? It's going to get crossed up there. I'm going to cut it at 12, I think. Nope. I'm going to cut it at 11 1/8 and then drop to 10 and set my width. And come back, drop the 10, then throw it on its side. These will be 1x10s. Keep the ones that need to be edged up here. I'll grab that other one while I'm here. This is kind of what he wanted. He wanted blue stained boards, and these are. So let's throw it on its side, try to get it squared up. This come out perfect. Perfect. I am going to have to throw a measurement on this. I might have to bring this end up a little bit. This is that kind of forgotten science of this. So I got 8.5 to the pith on this side. 11.5 over here. I'm going to bring that end up 2 inches, then re-square it. So I'm going to have a 2-inch block right here. And it over-rotated a little bit. We're going to have to get that thing stuffed back in. Hi, Denny. I just got to get this bottom pulled over. There we go. Should be pretty close to square right there. Let's check it. Oh, it's money. Perfect. Let's make sure this one's tight. See what height we're going to take it at here. Looks like 15. Looks like we're going to take it at 15. To clean it up, flip it over, mill it up. So flip it right over and mill it down to nothing. Oh shit. If I do that, I'm going to roll it right off the mill. Okay, so looks like I'm going to go somewhere around 10 and a half or 11 to make my top cut, and then we'll just fall on scale from there. So it looks like if I come up to 11 and 8, I'm on scale. Let's see what that cuts out like. Next drop's going to be at just about 10 inches. Next drop should be 8 and 7/8. Next drop, 7 3/4. Next drop, 6 and 5/8. Two, three, four. Next drop, 5 and a half. 4, 5. Next drop's going to be 4 3/8. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get a few of these off. So this pitch pine is kind of like a combination of southern yellow pine and Douglas fir. And I'll show you some of them in a minute. A couple more cuts here and we'll be done. Beautiful pine flooring though, I'll tell you that. Okay, make sure we're dogged low enough and everything looks okay to make our bottom cut it at 1 inch. All right, drop down. I think the next one's at like 3 1/4. Up 1, back down to 2 1/8. Check my dog. This one's not holding. And then last cut 1 inch. 1, 2, 3. Clean off here. Drop the 1 inch, make my last cut. 3, 4, 5. All right, let's check out the time here. So 1x10s they're like 10 feet long. 1x10s at 10. They're 8.3 each. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 83 board feet. Let's check the time on the video. 26 minutes. I spent at least 6 minutes in the beginning, so we'll call it 20. I'll show you these boards. So as you can see with pitch pine, they have a red center like Douglas fir, and then they have kind of a yellowish heartwood. They do spit out kind of a yellow sawdust like southern yellow pine, and they have that pink center like Douglas fir. These and he what he wants is he wants some of this blue staining in his floors. So this log does have it, not in every board, but some boards, which is good for him. Let's see, we just about split the pith there. That was good. So it looks like we hit it perfect on both sides. These, it cut, that stellite band cut's great. It cut perfectly flat. There's not a wave in it. It didn't slow down. It didn't make any groans. It didn't do anything. I don't know if you can look across these, but how uniform they came out. And that's just I setting the 4/4 scale on the way down. You know, they came out beautiful. This wood is way harder than white pine, way heavier than white pine, and it's very underutilized. And it is our most common tree on Cape Cod. So we do try to use it a lot here. Next one I'm going to throw up is going to be the one that's on the bunks over there. And we'll kind of do it over again. We'll see if we're consistent around that 20-minute mark. And I have to keep track of this as I go. If it's only going to be 20 minutes, that's well worth it for this order right here. You think it 20 minutes is somewhere around $30 for 10 boards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 4 is 10. So it costs them about $3 a board at 1x10s at 10 feet long. That's certainly well worth it. So I think I'm just going to go by the hour. The problem is if I go by the hour, I have to be careful how I charge in video, because videoing makes it take longer. So just have to kind of start, probably shoot like every log and then check my video to see how long it took me and then write them down when I'm done. Some of them are going to take longer. They're going to need to be trimmed and stuff like that. However, that's how long it takes to mill 10 1x10s at 10 feet long. What I say, 80, almost 100 board feet was 20 minutes on the video, giving myself 6 minutes in the beginning. It was probably more. So it probably took 15 minutes. You guys will be able to tell. Yeah, we're going to keep going. So I want to get a bunch of his order done. I'll get them stacked on one of my bunks over here. I'll probably take that 10-foot bunk on the bottom. I think that's 10 foot. I think the top one's 8 and that bottom one's 10. I'll use that bunk to stack his order on, and at the end of every day I will sticker and stack them, and of course I will count that time too, so that when it does come, and I'll put them up in the woods in the shade, and when it comes time for him to get them, then I'll be able to pick him up with a machine and hopefully load his trailer, do it simply. But yeah, that's new roller guides and Stella Cut. I think it's called the Stella Cut band. If you don't know what a Stella Cut band is, you can either look it up or watch one of my previous videos. It's got a stellite insert, which is a carbide-like insert every third tooth that is as wide as the kerf. It's, in my estimation right now, if I'm running it, it's not a very good hardwood band at 10 degrees, but is a very, very good pine band. Runs great, runs nice and smooth, even, and supposedly extends your band life 30%. So we will test that. So I'm at like 83 board feet, and we'll try to keep track if I can. So for now, appreciate the watch. Hit like, share, subscribe. If you have any questions, hit me up. I'll answer you back. And in our ongoing effort to test out Norwood's mills and bands and guides and everything else, everything's going pretty good right now. And for now, Inspired Solutions out.